Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to watch another episode here at Investing with All I See is W, where we talk about finance, personal health, and self-development. Well, today I wanted to make this video to share with you my insights on additional biotech tickers that are currently booming right now in the stock market, and I'll share that with you. But first, before I begin, I'd like to inform you that all the information I'll be sharing with you should be used as guidance information only, and anytime when you do make an investment decision, please do your own research. Now, before I begin, I'd like to inform you that given the context of where we are today with the COVID-19 pandemic, we notice that the total number of infections for COVID-19 is continuing to rise, and that's why we're seeing more safety requirements and shelter in place taking place. And we do know that now there's no dine-in for restaurants, and it's becoming more serious at this time because the total number of infections as well as the death rate is increasing at this time. So that's why I feel like biotech right now is where you can potentially gain so much value in investments, and I'll share these tickers with you. Let's get started. Now, ticker number one I wanted to share with you first is Sorrento Therapeutics by the ticker SRNE. Now, let's take a look at a 6-month trend chart here. So as you can see, I was previously making videos when this ticker was at the $4 range, and it had gone up all the way up to like close to the $20 share price range back in August, and it's been going all the way down to the $6, and up until like mid-October it gone back up to the double-digit share price range. However, it's been just plummeting down to what we've seen before in the past, getting down below the $5 range, and currently the share price is back up to the $8.20, and I do feel like it will go beyond the double-digit share price range. And I feel like given the fact that we are in a different season now, right, with fall and soon to be winter, I feel like the demand for biotech will increase, and this will be shown in the share price maturity for most of the small cap, mid-sized cap companies that are working on coming up with vaccines, diagnostic testings, and antiviral treatments. And that's with Sorrento Therapeutics. And given the fact that they are working with DARPA now that they had just received external funding for its COVID-19 related product lines, this is great news. And the fact that it has 7 related COVID-19 related product lines, I feel like it has so much to offer in terms of PRs that will be coming out, because we know that there's 3 phases in clinical trials, and if you have 7 products, you can do the math to anticipate how much news we'll hear from Sorrento Therapeutics. And that's why I'm bullish on this company, that it can go beyond the double-digit share price range and go past beyond the $20-$25 share price. Now, next up I wanted to pivot over to is a company that is based out in San Francisco. It's called Vaxart, VXRT. Let's take a look at a 6-month trend chart here. So as you can see, this ticker was previously hovering at the $17 share price range, and I previously made my last video on Vaxart to actually purchase at $3.50. But look, if you were to do that back in like early November, about 2 weeks ago, you would have gained 100% positive proceeds, if not more, because now it's currently at close to $8. Actually, if you take into account the after hours, it's actually $8.15. So today it's actually gone up an additional 15%. But let's take a look at 1-month trend chart here. So $3.66, and it's been just consistently climbing up here within the last 20 days. So this is looking solid, and I do feel like it will gain back its market share from its previous high of close to $17. And the fact that it's monopolizing the market in terms of having an oral mode of delivery for the COVID-19 by taking an oral tablet, I feel like this is an area to pursue, because instead of taking like a vaccine injection, you just take an oral pill medication if and when it demonstrates safety and efficacy. And I do anticipate that we shall hear phase 2 initiation sometime next month, before end of the year. So this is looking promising for VXRT. Next up I wanted to share with you is by the ticker Altimmune. Now, what I like so much about this company, well, of course, today the share price had gone up more than 20%, and we've seen this happen within the last month since its prior low back in November 9th, where it was hovering at $7.90, and now it's close to almost 100% proceeds if you were to buy when it was at the dip. Now, this company is based out in Maryland, and it's working on a very unique mode of delivery as well, and that's through intranasal delivery. So rather than taking an injection, an oral medication, you actually take an intranasal delivery, and that's with Altimmune. And I do feel like this company is a high quality based type of company that achieves high quality results, and that's why the share price can likely hover up beyond its prior resistance of $33. And I do anticipate seeing a V shape coming up soon for ALT. Now, next up I wanted to share with you is VBI Vaccines, VBIV. Now, this ticker also had shot up by an additional 20% today, but one of the unique things about VBIV is that it had implemented marketing authorization to approve the use for commercializing its product all around the European markets, because in Israel, VBIV is allowed to sell products in that country. Now it's trying to expand into the additional countries so that its product line, the Hepcid B intended for HBV, hepatitis B virus, that will be a high demand for all the patients with HBV in European markets. So I'm sure the clinical benefits outweigh the risk, and that's why this is great news for VBI vaccines. And with the COVID-19 candidate vaccine, the VBI 2900, it's looking promising in preclinical trials, and I'm excited to hear once it gets IND submission and then it gets cleared for phase 1 initiation. That will also be a booster for VBI vaccines, but it has a wide array of different VBI vaccines that they're working on right now, and I do foresee that the share price will reach beyond its prior resistance back in July 17th of $6. It will go beyond that up into the $8 share price range, and I do foresee a V-shape coming for VBI vaccines. So let's not ignore what they're working on and doing at this time. Now, next ticker I wanted to share with you is iBio. Now, what I like about iBio is that we've seen a big bull run back in July, and it's been plummeting down up now to the mid $1.50. What I like is that the RSI will likely take place soon with iBio, strictly just looking at technicals, and the fact that iBio has worked on improving its finance sector, its clinical program sector, as well as bringing in a solid CEO. I feel like this company is positioned to add value and mature as a company. And with the iBio 201 subunit lichen protein, I feel like eventually the product candidate will get into phase 1 clinical trials and will demonstrate safety and efficacy. And what's so unique about iBio is that not only is it working on 2 potential COVID-19 related vaccines, it also has other related pulmonary vaccines it's working on, as well as being a contract service manufacturer where it can provide flexibility to support with different service requirements for other vaccine manufacturers or competitors at this time. So that's what's so unique about iBio, and I do foresee that it will hover up beyond the $3 up to the $5 potentially by end of year, and by Q1 of next year it can definitely reach beyond its prior resistance, and then I do foresee the double-digit share price range potentially coming for iBio. Now, next up I wanted to share with you is Inovio Pharmaceuticals by the ticker INO. Now, currently the share price is at $12.22, and as you can see, not much action today. However, I do feel like the current share price is an opportunity for investors to capitalize, whether it's dollar cost averaging down or a new investor trying to take some additional shares of Inovio to allow for it to gain in terms of its future value share price. And I do feel like it will hover up beyond the $18, $22 before the end of year. And let's say if and when we do hear the external funding peer review release, most likely with the peer review release coming in week 1 of December, I do feel like the share price can go up beyond the $20 share price range. And now I do feel like potentially Q4, Q1, we shall hear emergency use authorization given the context of where we are with the COVID-19 pandemic. And what we know is it's DNA immunotherapies platform using optimized DNA plasmids, using its automated systems. I feel like it's gaining so much recognition, and that's why the Department of Defense is working with Inovio Pharmaceuticals. It wants to work with the best type of high quality products that can provide the safety and efficacy for humanity, and that's why the Department of Defense is with Inovio Pharmaceuticals. Now, next up I wanted to share with you is Moderna. Now, what's so unique is that this ticker has been roaring so much, and today it's gone up by 27%. And just previously, back in September, it was hovering at $50, so you would have gained an additional twofold if you were to invest back in September, and now it's gone up to $163. So that's just amazing. And Moderna will take a large number in terms of market share in the vaccine space. And I do feel like even before product approval, this share price will go up beyond $200, and it will continue to grow just because COVID-19 right now, we depend on biotech companies, and there will be some problems that we'll see in the long run. However, I do feel that it will remain bullish. For example, just with the temperature requirements and just with potentially serious adverse events that can potentially be reported in phase 3. However, I feel like just with the clinical benefits, it would likely show that it outweighs the risk, especially with Moderna. Now, next up I wanted to share with you is last ticker, and that is Novavax. And today the share price had gained close to 13-14%, and I do feel like this ticker will reach its prior resistance of 178 by like within a week or two, and it will reach beyond the $200 share price prior to the end of this year. Potentially by end of the year, it can possibly go up to $250 per share price. And it's working on influenza vaccine that's currently in phase 3. I do forecast that that product line will, the NanoFlu, will be approved for use in 2021. And also with its COVID-19 related vaccine, I do foresee that that will position itself to move forward as well, and then also take market share, as well as the DNA platform such as Inovio Pharmaceuticals. And you'll also have the different tier manufacturers such as plant-based vaccine and protein-based vaccines and virus-like particle sectors being involved as well. So these are all the tickers that I feel can add value, because we know that there's such a biotech boom right now, and the share price will continue to grow now that we are in a different season. And if you enjoyed the video that I provided, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, Investing with alliseeisW, for more related content. And once again, thank you and have a wonderful night.